Hi there! Welcome to session 5 of our 8-part video series Pilates for beginners. So we've reached the halfway mark and hopefully you're starting to see some progress. But even if you're still finding it a little bit challenging, that's okay. You can go back to the previous sessions and redo them and build up your confidence and your strength. So today we're going to start lying on the mat, so let's get started. Okay, so let's get started lying on our backs, slowly rolling down. Take your time bringing your spine down onto the mat. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer to our bum and hands on your hips. We'll do our pelvic tilts, just gently rocking the pelvis forwards and back. And we'll add in our breath. So we inhale as we lift off, let your tummy relax, and then exhale as we flatten our back and draw in a little. And again, tilting forwards and back. We're just going to pay attention to the feet. Make sure your big toes are down on the floor. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart. We're going to keep the pelvis moving. And we're going to check in with the rib cage that the ribs are down on the mat. The shoulders are nice and relaxed. The neck is long and the head is centered. And then we'll just find our neutral and hold it. And first exercise we're going to do is hip release. So moving the right leg, we're going to draw the foot in a little, move to the side, extend down the mat, turn the whole leg in and draw it back up. And try and keep the foot in contact with the floor throughout the move. And we'll inhale for the first half and exhale as we're coming back up. So just working on our stability here through the middle of the body, no movement. And you can check in with your opposite leg to make sure that's holding steady too. And let's just do one more in this direction, opening up the hip, extending down, turning in and drawing back up. So staying with the same leg, we're going to change direction. So let's go down on the big toe side of your foot, rotate the leg out, bend the knee back up and bring it back in. Holding steady through the center. Let's make sure we're breathing and not holding our breaths. Just two more. And one more. And bring it back in. We're going to switch sides. Let's go out to the side first. Inhale out and down. Exhaling in and up. Make sure your foot stays in contact with the floor. And as we lower the knee away, it's with control. Don't let it bounce out. We're going to keep our pelvis really steady. And two more here. And one more. And bring it back up top. We'll change direction down on the big toe side. Slide it down, rotate out. Knee back up and in. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Nice and controlled. Just take your time with your movement. Just focusing on keeping nice and steady. Let's just do one more. And back up to the top. So we're going to make sure the pelvis is neutral again to start with. Feet flat on the floor, and we'll start with our hands down on the mat. We're going to do a little bit of hip roll. So just roll your pelvis back and flatten your back into the mat. Slowly peel your spine off the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Remember, we want to get a straight line from the shoulders to the hips to the knees. Hold it there nice and steady, and then slowly place the spine back down again. And return to neutral. Be careful here that you don't keep going past neutral and arch your back off and push your chest and your rib cage up. We're going to just come to neutral and we'll keep that rib cage down on the mat. So let's go again, roll the pelvis back. Peel the spine off. Hold it there steady. And exhale, return to the floor. If you're feeling pretty steady, you can put your hands on your hips and lift your elbows. So you don't get as much help from your arms and you have to work a little bit more through your center, through your core. As we lift, be careful that you're not moving your weight onto the outsides of your feet and widening your knees apart. So keep your big toe down on the floor. Just gently on the floor is fine, but just making sure we get that connection to the mat. Okay, let's go up and hold. So coming right up top. And bring your arms up over your chest. Keeping your ribs down towards your pelvis, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, circle around. And inhale, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale. And one more. Keep pushing through the hips. Ribs are down. And then hold the arms up over the chest. We're going to open up to the side, just do a little hover, and exhale to center. And inhale, and exhale. Keep the hips up, everybody. And hold. We're going to split the arms up and down like a toy soldier. So open on the inhale, exhale back to center. Pause for a second. Let's split and switch sides. Don't forget, we have to keep these hips up. And hold. Let's open the arms again. And then split one side. Open. And split. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can come right up on your toes, but making sure if you lift your heels off the floor that your hips aren't dropping down. So if your hips are heading towards the floor, you need to lower your heels. Last round. And then lower the hands down, lower the heels, lower the spine, gently down to the floor, and hug your knees in. Keep the knees wide. And just a gentle rock from side to side. We don't need to turn over, just going to gently move the spine. Okay, lowering the feet down. We're going to bring the arms long and we're going to do some ab prep. So starting in a neutral position, making sure your ribs are down, your arms are long. We start with our chin nod, inhale. Exhale, lifting up. Sliding the rib cage down towards the pelvis. Hold for the inhale. And exhale, bring it back down with control. Let's go again, chin nod. Exhale off. Now when you're up here, make sure you don't bring your chin right down onto your chest. And imagine we have a peach under our chin. So that's about as far as you need to go with the chin. And lower back down. And again. And just one more like this. Elbows wide, progressing on a little if you're able. Let's do a chin nod. Exhale, slide your rib cage down to your pelvis. Keep your pelvis steady. We should have space underneath the back that you're able to get your fingers in here. And then lower with control. Don't let the rib cage pop up. And again. Two more of these. And one more. And we'll come on back up and hold. And we'll add in our obliques. So staying nice and tall. Keep your eye line forward through your knees. And we'll rotate. And bring it back to center. And turn. And back in. Lifting the shoulder blade across to the opposite thigh and back in. Hang on, keep going, keep breathing. And two more. And one more. And lower the head down to the floor. Let's go for a full body stretch. You should be feeling your abs working quite a bit there and your obliques, muscles on the side, which are part of your core too. And then bring the arms down again, bend the knees, and we're going to go into imprint. So let's roll the pelvis back and don't forget to drop the rib cage down. And we should feel like our low back is on the floor, fully in contact with the mat. And we're going to go into our toe taps. As always, just bringing the hands on the front, just for that little bit of sensation or feedback through your fingers. And we're going to lift one leg up. And then exhale and lift the second leg up. Inhale, lower the first leg down. Toe, heel to the floor, and second leg joins. Last down, first up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. Up, down, down with the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. For this exercise, we always exhale on the second leg because that's the hardest part of the move. First leg is easy. Then exhale to join it. Lower, and exhale to join it. Up, up, down, down. And then we're going to come on up with both legs, one at a time. We don't want to put too much pressure on our backs. And if you feel you need to keep one foot down on the floor, that's fine, and you can work through one side for the next part of this exercise. So we're going to have both legs up if you can, and you're going to tap down and draw it back up. Inhale, tap, exhale, return. And reach, and return, and reach. Remember, it is a reach. We're not just bending our knee and tapping down near our bum. We're going to reach down the mat and move the whole thigh away from our chest. The upper body is holding steady. There shouldn't be any movement as we move our legs. Let's go into a double tap. So inhale, inhale. Focusing on the non-moving leg as well here. We're stabilizing through the opposite side. One more each side. Fantastic. So I'm going to bring my hands behind my head and my elbows wide. But you can also stay with your arms down for this part and just do the leg movement. Okay, so we're going to ab prep off, curling up, and we're going to tap outside the mat and then bring the leg back in. And switch sides. Inhale to tap. Exhale to return. Tap and return. Make sure with head, neck and shoulders that you're curled up and forward. We don't want to be looking at the ceiling because your neck is going to get really tired if you hold in that position. So lift it nice and tall, and if you're in trouble with this, you can just lower your heads down completely. And we'll go into the center double tap. Last one each side. Keep it going, we're nearly there. Alternating legs. Keeping those ribs down, tummy on, curled up and forward, nice and tall. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, lower the heads down, and hug your knees into your chest. And just take a couple of breaths here. Let everything settle down and normalize. Catch your breath. And then we're going to bring the legs back up. Knees and feet are together for this one. It's spinal rotation, done in a different way this time. We haven't covered this one before. We're going to bring the arms out to the sides, straight out from your shoulders. And we're going to relax the back of the shoulders down on the mat. So making sure those shoulders are in contact with the mat. Your chest is nice and open. And we are going to stay in tabletop. But a modification here for anyone who's having trouble keeping the legs up can be feet down on the floor. So we can have our feet flat or up on our toes, and you can rotate from this position versus up here, which is where I'm going to start from, and then I'm going to progress it a little bit further as we go along. So just do what you can. We're looking for control. We're going to keep our ribs down, our shoulders down, and just move our legs. So we're going to inhale in the middle. And an exhale, rotate the legs to the side, knees and feet stay together. Now hold it there and feel the weight of your legs on your tummy you're holding on. And then exhale, bring it back into center. So this is a 4-breath pattern. So we're moving on the exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, moving the legs. Inhale, hold. And exhale, draw it back in through the tummy. And again. And we're going to take a little break for a second. We're going to do more of that and just hold here for a second. And what I want you to pay attention to the next time when you're moving is when your legs are out to the side, make sure your opposite shoulder is staying down in the mat. So sometimes when we move to the side, the whole opposite side of the body moves as well. And if that's happening, you've gone too far. Okay, so just work within your range and keep your shoulder on the floor. So we're going to progress into 2 breaths. And you can stay tabletop, feet on the floor, or you can go into straight leg position. So this is more challenging. Find the position that's challenging for you, but not too challenging, that you want to keep your control. So let's do a 2-breath. Inhale, moving the legs out to the side. Exhale, return to center. Remember to keep the shoulders on the floor. Inhaling out. And exhaling in. And switching sides, inhale. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Let's go for 4 more. Pulling back in through the tummy. Inhale, stabilize. Exhale, pull in. And 1 more. And last go. And have the knees in. And again, just a gentle rock from side to side. Now we're going to lower the feet down. And let's go into a full body stretch. Arms overhead, toes down. And 4, and 3, keep reaching. And 2, and 1. So bend your knees again and bring your arms down. And we're going back into our imprint position. So let's go again, rolling the pelvis back, dropping the rib cage down, making sure the low back is flat to the floor, tummy is engaged, holding us in this position, and we lift 1 leg at a time. We're going to do some hundreds. So arms long. I'm going to give you the option to lift the head off, but if you feel that's too much pressure, leave your head on the floor and do the arms only or the legs only. Let's chin nod, exhale off. We're going to do 10 in tabletop and 10 with the legs extended. And we're going to do that for a count of 100. So let's go. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Extend if you can. Out. And bend. Extend. And bend. Extend. Let's change from the staccato breath to slow, long breath. Breathing in, out. Extend. Bend. Last 10. And bring it in again. So sometimes I use the staccato breath, the quick breath, and sometimes I use the long, slow breath. And you can vary between both. Neither one is better than the other. It's just good to have a little bit of variety, or find the one that suits you best. Okay, so moving on from here, we're going to come over onto our fronts, face down, lying on our tummies. So we'll start with our old friend, leg extension. So feet over the corners, nice and wide. This helps us prepare for the other exercises that we're going to do. We're going to rest the heads on the back of the hands, elbows nice and wide. Remember, we've got that little pull in, little lift of the tummy, and we're going to go for it. Exhale, reach and lift. Inhale, lower. Keep the legs turned out as much as you can. Pelvis stays on the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Head is relaxed. So we don't need to lift our head and shoulders to lift our legs. We're going to try and work really hard to keep that upper body relaxed. Double leg lift. Let's lift off. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Again, paying attention to your upper body, that you haven't brought tension into it. Last two. And last one. Fantastic. So let's bring the arms out to the side on the floor. Don't stay within the space of the mat because you're going to really crowd your shoulders. And we're going to keep it nice and wide and open. So we're going to try and keep our hands more or less level with our ears. And we're going to take an inhale. And we're going to exhale, lift off into a hover. So the hands, the elbows, and the head lift together. Hold there for your inhale. And exhale, lower back down. Let's go again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift off. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lower. Those legs are working even though they're not moving. So they're going to help us stabilize on the mat. So keep reaching your legs down the mat as we lift the upper body. Let's do one more of these. And we're going to change it slightly. We're going to add in an arm reach as well. So we're going to inhale up this time. Exhale, reach forward, long line. Inhale, bend the elbows. And exhale, lower to the floor. So 4-breath pattern, ready to go again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. And exhale, lower. 2 more. And 1 more. And progressing on into breaststroke, full breaststroke. We're going to bring the arms forward into our hover. Inhale, exhale, circle around and lift. Inhale, low. Exhale to reach and lift. Take your time, no sudden movement. Last 2. 1 more. And then bring the forearms down onto the mat. So remember, there's a modification here. If you need to be down, you can come right down onto the forearms. But if you're able to come on up, just come up onto your arms. So we'll lift the top of the pelvis off. We'll reach the legs down the mat. And we'll push our chest forward. And we're going to go for a point. Flex, extend, exhale, exhale, inhale. Holding steady in that upper body. So we want to try and keep as steady as possible up top. So we don't want to end up like one of those little nodding dogs in the back of the car that's bouncing up and down. We're going to keep really strong here in the upper body. That's our stabilizing as we move the legs. Point, flex, extend. 1 more each side. Point, flex, extend. Last go. And reach. Okay, fantastic. Let's go down. And we're going to do a little bit of swimming. Swimming prep first. Arms wide. Let's lift opposite arm, opposite leg. And lower back down. And switch sides. So always with this one, we have 1 or 2 people who will do the same side, arm and leg. So if that's you, you're going to just change over now quickly and make sure you're doing the opposite sides of the body. So right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. And keep the center of the body as steady as you can. The head holds position It's not lifting up every time we lift the arms. And you can even rest your forehead on the floor if that's more comfortable for you. But for me, a hover is better. It keeps my neck nice and neutral, and that's what works for my body. Okay, one more each side. And we're going to do full swimming, but as a modification, you can do arms only or legs only. And we're going to lift off into our full position and hold. Reach forward, reach back, long line. Let's alternate. We're going to tap the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you feel okay to not tap the floor, you can stay in a hover and just move. 1, 2, 3. Or use the floor if you prefer, if it gives you more security and control. Let's go for 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold and reach. Find the length in the body. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're down. We're going to push back into all fours, hands below the shoulders and knees below the hips. We're going to do a cat stretch here. Take your inhale and exhale. Bring the head and tail in. Push the floor away. Hold there. So really drawing in through the tummy, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades, and then release back down to neutral. Send your head out, send your bum out. And again, inhale. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, hold. And exhale, release to neutral. So we're going to bring it a little bit further for the next two. We're going to go further and past our neutral into extended spine. So inhale to prepare. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, hold. And exhale, releasing down into neutral, past neutral. Lift the head, chest, and bum. Push the floor away. And bring it back down. Big stretch and releasing out. And then just bring yourself back to neutral. And we're going to do some spinal rotation. We're going to bring one arm under on the inhale. Exhale, open up to the ceiling. Push the ceiling away. Push the floor away. Reach your head forward. And then bring it back down. Inhaling under. Exhale to open up. And inhale under. And exhale, opening up. And under. And open it up. And then bring it back to the start. And we'll switch sides. Reaching under. Follow your hand. Open up. As you reach the ceiling, push up and push down. Drawing your tummy. And then bring it back under. Inhale. And exhale. Keep that tummy engaged. And reaching under. And open up. And one more. And open it up. And bring it back in. And that's it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that and see you for the next session on the mat.